Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Youth Culture Podcast. My name is Malik. I'm a youth culture member, and today we have Mr. Montez Knowles. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Montez Knowles, and I work for Lakeside Process Controls as a project manager in the business operations department.
So, how did you get into technology as a career?
Wow. It's I always, everybody always asks that question.
Yeah.
I've been in this area for a long time. I started out. I was really good at computers, understanding how they work. When I was in high school, I did a lot of stuff within the word processing programs back in the day. Really picked it up. So when I graduated high school, I had an opportunity. I actually wanted to be a doctor. So I had the opportunity to go to school to be a doctor. But I actually also had, was approached with having a job. At the time, I worked for a company, Citibank, one of the largest banks in the world. And I couldn't pass it up. And I started out as a help desk engineer for that company, made my way up to a business systems engineer working in that company. And, after a few years, I decided to say, hey, I really love this. I really enjoy it. And I ended up going to university. I went to St. Mary's University in Halifax, Nova Scotia, graduated with a double major in computer information systems and management. And that lead me back to Toronto, um, where where I got my first job in Canada for a company called Lakeside Gas Services. I then worked for TD Bank in their project management department. And now I'm at Lakeside Process Controls as a project manager working in the business operations, dealing with many business technology solutions.
I understand you're involved in many initiatives to give back, and would you like to elaborate more on that?
So right now, it's the pandemic has put a bit, I would say, put a wrench in it because I still do a lot of things, but mainly I'm from the Bahamas. And I am currently the president of the Bahamian Association of Canada, mainly focusing on the Toronto, Ontario region here. And part of that initiative, when I became president 2 years ago, is giving back, trying to bring the community together. That's what the organization is for. Connecting Bahamians that are in Toronto and Canada, and creating an environment for us to succeed through networking, unity, and just enjoyment of each other's time and company. And we had the opportunity to work to do a drive for Hurricane Dorian. There was a major hurricane about 2 years ago in the Bahamas, and it was really exciting to see the amount of Bahamians that came up and showed up for that initiative. Bringing goods and donating time and donating money to make sure that we do our part to send back to our country. And so being a part of that organization to me is also really rewarding because you'll be able to help people like me who come and who settle here in Canada, to know that they have people that are from their country to give them that comfortability. So whether it's students who come for school and need advice on that next step for I'm going to graduate, what do I do, how do I look for a job, or people who move here with their families and they need to get a place. They need to know what's the best place to live, or how do I get insurance? How do I do XYZ? How do I get my license? There's so much that's involved in that, and to be able to be in a position to help my fellow Bahamians is rewarding within itself.
Wow, wow. I was thinking about the organization, and would you mind explaining how the organization was established and maybe who established it before he became president?
Yeah, the organization actually was established actually many years ago, by by members of by members who are still actually in the organization. It's funny, when we started when I took over, I started a program called Know Your Bahamian. And part of this program was to interview and to kind of give a snippet, a profile of Bahamians who are doing good things here in Canada, whether it's they're a student, whether they're an entrepreneur, or whether they're just what we call, like I say, founding fathers of the organization. And that was my actually opportunity, getting to hear how the organization was formed, and what branched off out of that. We have other mini associations within, or that are associated with the association, that are cultural driven, and yeah. And before I came on board, there was a president who left, and I ran for the position, and I got it. And here I am now, and it's like I say, it's very rewarding to kind of give back, and to be that heir for anybody that's in need, and trying to help to point them in the right direction if we can.
Definitely, definitely. Considering I came here and I had someone else who could help me, I think that was a major step. I can't imagine the difference between me and someone else who came and had no prior person who was here from their own country to help them. So how does someone get in touch with you when they come from the Bahamas and into Canada?
So, we have a website. It's called nabcandfriends.com. We also have, we're on social media platforms, at NABC, on Instagram. We're searchable on Facebook, and actually we get a lot of people reaching out to us, on Facebook, or they're sending us emails. I had a young lady that's relocating from Nova Scotia, and her parents reached out, asking us, for directions and help on to make her transition a bit easy. So we're on all platforms, as well as we have our website as well.
As technology becomes more complex, and do you ever have trouble implementing a technological solution or maintaining a technological solution?
Say I haven't yet. I think as technology advances, it does help you, but at the same time, like, every project is based on the scope and the requirements that are needed to get the job done. And as technology advances, everybody has their ideas of what they want, right? And that could be a good thing, and that could be a bad thing. But it all depends on, really and truly, it just depends on the scope of the project. And what I mean by the scope, the objectives, what we're trying to achieve, and how are we going to get it, and what are the resources going to help get it done, right? And that is unique from project to project.
Wow, that's interesting. So even when technology becomes more complex, you guys find ways to use those tools, and just to get a view, do you have to keep up to date with technology? Do you guys take a course after every 1 year or something?
Yeah.
Keep up?
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny. Just in the middle of planning some stuff I had written out early in the year, and actually, late last year, November, I had some courses that I want to do this year, and now I'm actually looking into where I'm going to get those done. But I am a PMP, I'm a certified project management professional. It's a designation, and you have to keep abreast of the market, and take what they call PDUs, enough PDUs, professional development units, every year. So, I mean, every 2 years. So it's like 60 courses. But in general, as someone who's a technology professional, I do keep up and I do take courses, whether it's outside, whether it's something directly related to my job or outside of my job, which may be interest. And that helps, right? Because as like you say, technology is ever changing, it's moving so fast. And that's why I mentioned to you earlier, it's always good to read and stay abreast. And you have to, because it helps you, right? It's like technology advances, there's easier and better ways to do things. I remember when I first started, let's say, backing up servers, we backed them up on a tape. And that
Wow.
sometimes that tape ran overnight, right? And you come in the next morning and you're like, backup failed or it worked. But now, if the backup failed, you're getting an alert on your phone, or it backs up to the cloud and it's so fast, right? And we're
Yeah.
talking about terabytes of data today. So that just shows you, like, as technology change, it, it's you got to keep up with it, right? And that's where the efficiencies come in there.
Mr. Knowles, this was so interesting. I could continue for like another hour just talking with you, but
No.
we have to wrap up. And yeah, it's been a good one. This has been the Youth Podcast, and thank you for tuning in.